All right, let's just get right into it. Today, we're tackling one of the most, let's be honest, frustrating questions in all of digital marketing. How long does SEO actually take to start working? And if you've ever been given that classic, just wait 4 to 12 months line, then yeah, you're going to want to stick around for this. I mean, this is it, right? This is the first question every single business owner asks. And look, it's a totally fair question. You've got budgets on the line, you need to see results. But the answer you usually get, it's just so vague. It's non-committal, and honestly, it just doesn't feel good enough. Yep, there it is. 4 to 12 months. You've heard it, I've heard it, we've all heard it. It's the standard industry line. And look, it's not that it's technically wrong, but what it does is it just sets everybody up for this long, anxious waiting game where you're just hoping for the best. And this is really the whole point of our chat today. That answer, it's just fundamentally misleading. It's not wrong, it's misleading. And that's because it's based on a really outdated way of thinking about what SEO success even looks like. So today, we're going to give you a totally new and frankly much smarter way to look at it.
See, the issue here isn't just about the timeline itself. It's the whole system we use to measure success. For years, the industry has trained us to look for the wrong signals at the totally wrong time. Okay, so here's the truth. A really well-done SEO strategy, it starts working and showing real measurable signs of progress way sooner. We're talking within the first 30 to 90 days. The secret is just knowing where to look. You absolutely do not have to wait a year to find out if your money is doing anything. The signs are there, and they're there early. But to see that early progress, we have to start by asking a different question altogether. The old way of doing things, focusing all your energy on that one big golden keyword, it's like trying to win the lottery. It's a huge gamble, super inefficient, and honestly, it's just really risky. Okay, check out this analogy because it really hits the nail on the head. Think about SEO like you're investing in the stock market. The old golden keyword way, that's like putting all your money into a single super volatile stock and just crossing your fingers. The new way, the keyword portfolio way, is so much smarter. It's like building a diversified stock portfolio. Instead of betting on one keyword, you target hundreds of smaller, more specific long-tail keywords. These are way less competitive, they usually signal someone is much closer to buying, and altogether, they create this really stable, predictable growth for your business. And that leads us to another really critical shift in how we think. We have to talk about outputs versus outcomes. An output is just doing a thing. You completed a task. You got a #1 ranking. Cool. But an outcome, that's the stuff that actually matters to the business. The qualified leads, the sales. A #1 ranking that doesn't drive any business, that's what we call a vanity metric. It looks good, but it does nothing. But a whole portfolio of keywords that brings in 100 new qualified leads every single month, now that is an outcome. Okay, so if we're not just going to sit around for a year waiting for one big ranking, what should we be looking for? Well, let's build ourselves a new 90-day scorecard. The big idea here is to stop measuring just the final results and start measuring momentum. And the way we measure momentum is by tracking what we call leading indicators. Think of these as the early warning signs of success. They're the little signals that prove your strategy is gaining traction, that Google is starting to pay attention, and that those bigger results you want are actually on their way. So here they are, the 4 key things you need to be tracking in those first 90 days. Number 1, are your total search impressions growing? That's just Google showing your site to more people. It's step 1. Number 2, is the number of keywords your site is indexed for going up? This shows Google sees you as an authority on a wider range of topics. Number 3, are your brand new pages getting clicks, even if they're ranked low? That tells you your content is hitting the mark. And finally, number 4, are those long-tail keywords starting to climb? These are the real, tangible signs of life that prove things are moving in the right direction. So you might be thinking, why do these little signals matter so much? Well, it's because SEO isn't linear. It's not like you put in 1 hour of work and get $1 of result. No, SEO is all about compounding growth. Let's actually walk through how this works over time. In those first 3 months, that's when you see those leading indicators we just talked about. Impressions go up, indexed keywords go up. Then, as you move into months 3 to 6, that effort starts to pay off with a little trickle of clicks, maybe you pick up a few backlinks, now you're building real momentum. By the time you hit months 6 to 9, the traffic growth is actually noticeable. And then, after that 9-month mark, your site has built up so much authority that you can finally start competing for those big, juicy, golden keywords. You see,
The small wins in month 1 are what make the huge wins in month 12 even possible. All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually use this information? Let's break it down with some really practical advice depending on who you are and your company.
Okay, if you're the business owner, listen up. It is time to change the conversation. For the first 90 days, stop asking, where do we rank? Instead, ask for a progress report. You want to see month-over-month growth in impressions and the number of indexed keywords. That is the proof you need that your investment is actually building a solid foundation for the outcomes you really want. Now, if you're the marketer, your job is to be the champion for this new way of thinking inside your company. You've got to shift everyone's focus away from those vanity rankings and towards real business outcomes. You need to connect the dots and show exactly how all that long-tail traffic is turning into actual qualified leads for the sales team. Your success isn't defined by one ranking. It's the total volume of leads that your entire organic ecosystem is generating. And finally, if you're new to this whole SEO thing, or maybe you've been burned in the past, your first job is just to find a partner you can trust. And here's a tip. Any agency that guarantees a page 1 ranking, that is a massive red flag. Run. A real partner, a true partner, will take the time to explain leading versus lagging indicators. They'll give you transparent reports on all that early momentum, which is what's going to build your confidence for the journey ahead. So let's wrap this up with one final question for you to think about. Go look at your current SEO reports. Really look at them. Are they just measuring activity, busy work? Or are they measuring real, forward-moving momentum that actually predicts future growth? I promise you, the answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about whether your strategy is actually going to work.